This overview of using multiple measures in improvement planning should take less than 10 minutes to complete. According to Victoria Bernhard, if you're only looking at student learning, you're missing 65% of the data. While student performance data or data focused on the degree to which and what students are learning are a critical ingredient to improving the performance of our schools, they are certainly not the only data we should consider. Multiple measures must be considered and used to understand the multifaceted world of learning from the perspective of everyone involved. How can we think about the different types of data available about schools? These categories might be helpful. We could have data related to demographics, perceptions, school processes, and student learning and performance. Demographic data is likely to include enrollment, attendance, race, ethnicity, gender, mobility, IEP status, and ELL designation. Perceptions could include perceptions of learning environment, perceptions of teachers' working conditions, values and beliefs, attitudes, and observations. When we reference student learning or performance data, we generally include state-administered tests, district interim assessments, cross-classroom assessment, and sometimes end-of-unit assessment. Finally, school process data could include records of school programs and processes, classroom records, and classroom observations. When we put all of these different types of data together, we can understand the actions, processes, and programs that would best meet the needs of all the students in the school. Some of the most important questions we'd like data to help answer require us to consider more than one type of data at a time. Reference the diagrams shown here from Victoria Bernhard, Multiple Measures of Data. Consider what combination or intersection of different types of data would help us to answer the following questions. Do students' experiences in school differ based on their characteristics? Is participation in a reading intervention program associated with increased student performance? Are teacher perceptions of their working environment associated with different levels of student performance? What types of data intersections help with each of these questions? If we want to know if students' experiences in school differ based on their characteristics, then we need to consider the intersection of student perception and demographic data. If we are interested in whether participation in a reading intervention program is associated with increased student performance, we need to consider the intersection of school program and student learning performance data. If we are interested in whether teacher perceptions of their working environment are associated with different levels of student performance, we need to consider the intersection of teacher perception and student learning or performance data. The kinds of questions identified on the last slide are the kinds we might be asking to help us understand the root causes of the school's performance challenges. Root cause analysis requires us to consider school process, perception, and demographic data. What process and perception data might be available to help understand the school context as part of root cause analysis? Here is an example of the kinds of data that might be available. Biannually, an independent entity administers a survey of teachers and principals about their working conditions. This survey is statutorily mandated and free to all schools and districts. Any school in which at least 50% teacher participation rates can access their results on the tellcolorado.org website. Many schools and districts administer climate and culture surveys of students and parents. Some districts have completed external curriculum alignment studies. Schools eligible for Title I and receiving a priority improvement or turnaround plan type assignment could apply for a program where experts come provide an external review of the school. Finally, improvement plans should include implementation benchmarks, which are data the school tracks over time to determine the degree to which the improvement plan is being implemented.